with horrible knowledge but truth nonetheless, that it makes complete sense that Lee and Eric went together because neither of them would have left the other alone.
When something like this happens, it's of course the families goes through so much, but the community does as well. And you have so many people that want to pay their respects, that want to give a little part back.
The question I have for you is, would you lay down your life for a complete stranger? See, I think that's the greatest love of all. And I don't know that there are many of us in this world that would do that. Except today, as I look around this room, I'm in a room full of people who every single day are willing to lay down their lives, not just for their friends, but for perfect strangers.
Well, good morning and welcome to 2 News this morning. Today, another somber day as Sergeant Lee Sorensen will be laid to rest. Sergeant Sorensen was one of the 2 Tremont and Garland officers tragically killed.
Shot and killed while responding to a domestic disturbance. We have team coverage of the services for you this morning. Ron is outside the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum on Utah State University campus. That's where the funeral will be held. And we have Annika Johns at the funeral home in Garland, where Sergeant Sorensen is right now. Kristen here will be following up with any traffic updates and the route of the procession. We want to start things off this half hour with Ron at the Spectrum.
Good morning, Mary. The sun coming up now on what will be another day of tributes and heavy hearts, I'm sure. We had some beautiful services here yesterday to pay respects to Eric Estrada, the officer who also killed. And right now we see the flags flying around the perimeter of the Spectrum, and soon things will start picking up here. Doors open around 7 o'clock for people to come. They're expecting hundreds of officers once again dressed in their formal uniforms, and it's quite a sight to behold. Now, as far as Sergeant Sorensen is concerned, 56 years old, born and raised in Garland. He will be buried there today. An amazing life that he had helping youth. He loved rodeos. He was very much involved in 4-H, those types of things, and certainly loved his family, Lynette, his high school sweetheart. Right now, we want to go to Annika. She is in Garland at the mortuary there, and today there will be 2 processions back and forth ending up in Garland. Annika, what's happening there now?
Yeah, good morning. So not too much activity here this morning, but now with the sun coming up, we're starting to see a little bit more of the community that surrounds the funeral home here. So just behind me, we can see that a hearse has been brought out, but there's also blue ribbons wrapped along everywhere here in this area. If you just look over to my side here, they have blue ribbons wrapped around some of the benches, and it looks like some of the lamps here in this area. And even across the street, there's a house with some blue lights on this morning, and the stop sign itself is also wrapped in blue and black ribbon here. Now that the sun's coming out, we're starting to see a little bit more of just how much this community loves their officers and has been supporting them through this tragic situation that they've been dealing with. Now, Ron, you just mentioned there as well that there are 2 processions. One will start here this morning, and then it will go over to USU and to the Spectrum, excuse me. And then from there, they will take Sergeant Sorensen back home here to Garland. They'll do another procession from Logan to Garland and then take him to his final resting place. So later this morning, we're expecting officers to begin showing up here in the next little bit to help escort him to the Spectrum. And we will, of course, be bringing you that coverage when that takes place. Ron, I'll send things back over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Annika. And it's very touching when we see these processions, which come to and from our Spectrum here where we are. Okay, we want to talk about football in the midst of this, and the reason for that is a big game last night honored the 2 fallen officers. One of the oldest rivals in Utah, in fact. We're talking about Bear River playing Box Elder High School. Bear River was actually at Box Elder, and dozens of officers walked onto the field to hand over the game ball before the start of the big game. Hundreds attended. They were wearing all blue in support of law enforcement, along with a moment of silence right before the game.
We're just indeed grateful to them and their families for their sacrifice and their service. So this is a great opportunity for us to say thanks.
There's more to life than just high school athletics, and we saw that in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, we certainly have. Fans and players showing their support wearing the color blue, along with thin blue line flags and ribbons seen from sideline to sideline. From Salt Lake City to Logan, officers and their families were invited to attend the game for free. They were also given a free meal and access to the best seats in the house. A way to say thank you for all they do. Box Elder won that game, but more importantly, it was a community showing up for each other when they needed it most. And we should add that, we want to show you what happened with the funeral last call from yesterday.
All units, this is the final 1042 for Tango 22. Officer Eric Estrada, you gave unselfishly and dedicated your life in service to ensure those around you were cared for. Your everlasting commitment to serve and protect your fellow man will never be replaced. Our hearts are broken, but your legacy will live on forever.
Yeah, that really got to me yesterday when I saw that at Eric Estrada's funeral. That was his last call over the radio, a tribute, officials say, is a time for them to lay an officer to rest and then let them off duty for the very last time. People from all over the state and country came to pay their respects. Trees were wrapped with blue ribbons near the gravesite, which was surrounded by American flags. A large American flag was draped on one side. Graveside service has a lot of ceremony and tradition, which we saw bagpipes and drums played, as well as taps and a 21-gun salute, all to honor the fallen officer.
It's tough to do it for one, but when you have to do it for two in a row, it's tough. You're going to see it on the faces of the officers here today and tomorrow, just that wear of that emotion, that raw emotion, because that's what it is right now.
And there was also a flyover of helicopters, and Amazing Grace was played at the service as it was concluded, and then the family got to have some personal time with themselves at the gravesite. Now, we want to let you know that there is a GoFundMe to honor Officer Eric Estrada in hopes of helping his family. Right now, there's more than $10,000 in donations. Everything raised goes right to the family. And if you would like to donate, we have a link to this page on our website, KUTV.com.